I'm Lance Yelvington with CyberCountry. Anyone who's ever heard Lee and Elaine Roy sing can't help but be impressed with their music and their message. In this CyberCountry Minute, they're going to tell us there's a lot of stuff going on in their career. That means a new day dawning. And with regard to their CD and with their music, we'll find out that's a really cool thing.
I'm Lee.
And I'm Elaine. And
we're the Roys.
Now, let me ask you about your new single that you've got, Still Standing. I really enjoyed the idea behind that. What went into that song?
You know, Lee and I wrote that on the back of the bus heading to a show in Florida. And I had the title, Keep Standing. You know, when bad times come our way, which they always do, you know, if we let the dust settle and we look around, we're still standing, and sometimes we're stronger for it. So that's where the gist of the song came from. And then, you know, got with my brother, and lo and behold, we wrote Still Standing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I liked about it was it seems to tell a story that's, you know, people go through difficult times and you don't have to put up with it, and the whole story was put to a nice bluegrass tune, which you don't take, you know, that doesn't come to mind at first, but,
sure.
You know, I like that. Is that the way you saw it?
Yeah, you know, it was one of those things that we, as she said, you know, talking about perseverance and at the end of the day, if you just battle through it and you fight through it, you're going to find out that, you know, you're going to be stronger for it and you're going to still be standing. And it was one of those things where, you know, you got it exactly right. It was, we took a generic story of a heartbreak and wrote around that. And when we started talking about doing the song, we could have easily made it a ballad and made it all sappy. But we wanted to, if it was going to be a song about perseverance and fighting through it, we felt it needed to be an up-tempo, just a fast song that would drive people and motivate people, and so far people are saying we captured it, so we're hoping that it just continues to go up and up and up.
Yeah, well, definitely, because the idea behind the song as well as the rhythm, it fit better because sappy doesn't sell positive reinforcement.
That's right.
That's right.
What can you tell me about the new album?
The new album is a collection of songs that Lee and I either wrote or co-wrote, and songs that we truly believe in. And I think if you start from track 1 to track 7, I think you kind of know who Lee and I are at the end of the album. And I'm loving the songs, and the people are really reacting to them, which is so cool, because you never know. You know, you put your heart and soul out there, and you really hope that they gravitate towards those songs, and they really are. And, you know, it's just an upbeat album. I think, you know, I hope it inspires people. That's our goal, is to inspire people and bring them hope, because at the end of the day, you know, there's always a new day dawning.
True. Well, another thing too, how hard was it to pick the songs for this album?
That's always a chore, you know, because you kind of put a box, so to speak, of all these songs that you're thinking about, that you've written, some that your friends have given you, and you start to look at songs. There's always those 3 or 4 that immediately you can't get out of your head. Still Standing was one of those. There's always those few that you just go, okay, this is a no-brainer, it's got to happen. But then you start to narrow it down, you start getting the 2 or 3 slots left, and you start to realize, oh, okay, there's 5 songs we really want, and there's 3 slots left, so what do? You start to eliminate. You start to look at, you know, you don't want to have too many ballads on an album, so you start to eliminate those. And for this album, for us, it was probably the easiest record ever to figure out the 7 that were going to be on there, because we felt that, as she said, from start to finish, it was songs that really opened up and showed who we were as artists, or that showed passions that we have. And I think that in putting this record together, it formed itself really, really well. It's probably the one time we didn't have 15 pages of yeses and nos of songs that we wanted to use. It came together, I think, in probably about an hour. We had the 7 songs that we wanted to do.
You brought the word up, inspiration, and this would be a good time to mention you guys have really cleaned house with Inspirational Country Music Awards. How do you feel about that?
You know, when we were told that we were in the top 10, we were really excited. And now we're actually nominated in 3 categories, you know, Entertainer, Vocal Duo, and Bluegrass Artist of the Year. I mean, for me, it's just a pat on the back that the music that we're doing is literally touching people. And that was always our goal when we started this thing together. You know, I always say you have 2 or 3 minutes to get someone's attention. And I, for myself, and I'm sure I'm speaking for you too, I want to leave an impression of hope, inspiration, that, you know, there is a new day dawning for all of us. I mean, we all have days that we don't want to get out of bed, but if we, like he says, persevere and work through whatever we're going through, there is a new day dawning. So there's always a new chance to start over. And, you know, to be nominated is, again, a pat on the back. And I always say, whether we win or not, we're winners, because our music is touching people, and that has always been our goal. So we are truly honored.
And one thing, too, don't you think country music probably at its root, at its core, is more about touching people at the heart rather than doing the spiffy sort of superficial stuff?
Absolutely.
It's really the music of the human soul, I think. It's music that talks to everyday life, everyday scenarios, everyday situations, and it's the music, to me, it's the music that gets me motivated if I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling depressed or sad about something. I always pop in a CD or listen to the radio, and there's always something that uplifts me, and it makes you want to have a good time. I think it's America's music, the world's music, really.
Hey everybody, I'm his good-looking sister Elaine.
And I'm the most important one, Lee, of the duo known as
The Roys.
Go to theroysonline.com. You can find out everything about us, where we've been, where we're going, what we have going on. We have a brand new tour sponsor, Team Realtree Outdoor Energy. We're going to be touring a whole lot in the next year and a half with them. We're so excited. Again, where is it?
theroysonline.com.